What's good, y'all? Gonna get working on the Z. You know the drill. This car was stored outside for like a couple months, so I did smart car owner guy thing, and I blocked off a lot of like the open ports of the engine so no moisture would get in over winter times. I'm gonna go ahead and remove all these like bags. Maybe start with like the headlights because I need to get to the radiator, take that out. Maybe take off this cross member. What's this thing called? Crash bar or whatever, right? So yeah, it's pretty late, so I'm gonna get to it, boy. Smart things. Fuel lines. Clean, clean. Alright, so kind of test fitting the new rad. It's in there, not properly obviously. The mounting holes here are actually wider than the NA radiator. Now I'm gonna pull off the crash bar and take off the headlights so there's more room in this vicinity right here. This is a pile of stuff that I took out. Car's back to looking like a skeleton here. Now there's a good amount of room to plumb all like the intake and intercooler piping and figure out what I'm gonna do for the radiator. Took the battery out as well so I can fix that wiring for the battery and the boost solenoid. Yeah, so she's going pretty good so far. It's good, y'all. So it's a couple days later, and basically today I've been just organizing the Z. I've been here for hours and like just organizing the parts. It's easy to work on the car. I'm not running around looking for parts. I have the car on jack stands, so now I can go underneath it and attaching any harness bits, or I'm gonna have to bleed the slave as well. Just do a bolt check underneath, hook up the wiring to the alternator. You know the drill. Having a project car like this is pretty fun. It's kind of like, it reminds me of like a puzzle, like a really difficult puzzle where it's like 1,000 or 10,000 pieces and you're putting it together. I find that working on cars for like a car person is pretty good for the mental health too. Keeps your brain focused on something and you're creating progress while you're in flow state, and yeah, it's pretty dope. Got the intake pipes on both sides. I got this intercooler side all plumbed, all routed and clamped up and everything. Just OEM couplers and OEM intercooler piping. It's kind of lame. Like I wouldn't do OEM piping, like small piping, and I wouldn't use clamps anymore and stuff. Like for a legit race car, I know this is kind of like an OEM twin turbo build, but if I was going full race car, I would definitely do custom intercooler piping and V-band clamps, because like big couplers and clamps like this are like pretty outdated in the industry, as like an industry standard. So yeah, if you look at this intercooler here, look at that. It just clean snapped off, and this tow hook portion here is bent. So when we were moving the car initially, the first time, something happened. I'm not gonna blame anyone, but the car fell off of the ramps coming up to the trailer and it snapped this off, bent the hook. The side kind of got a little bit of damage, but it is what it is. So originally I was gonna get a new core for just this side, but I ran into a good deal and managed to score 2 of these like aluminum oversized intercooler cores, which is pretty dope. I'm just cleaning them up right now, and they're a lot bigger than, let me show you. So check out that size difference. Way thicker, not way thicker, a little thicker, but definitely longer in size. So stoked. Another little bonus mod for the Z. Better airflow, better breathing, better boost. Damn, so I got one side on, and just look at that size difference. She's so thick. So much bigger and longer. That's what she said. Hopefully I won't have any issues with fitting the bumper on, but I don't mind doing some trimming. I've had to do it on all my other cars to fit intercoolers, piping and stuff, so. Yo, they're both on there, looking hella fresh. So good. Another mod to the list. Now the mods that this thing has is bigger intercoolers, mine's chipped ECU, aftermarket turbo elbows, lightweight flywheel, and I think that's it. So just little bolt-ons, but should up the power nice. In my seat coveralls, OG logo tings. 960 baby, you know the drill. Anyways, so I think this is the harness that connects to the alternator. There's a ground and a plug-in, and it's up here. So I think we just accidentally routed it up here. So I'm gonna take some of this intake piping up so it's not in the way, and I can tuck this back underneath the car and plug it into the back of the alternator. I took the charge pipe and the intake piping off just so there's more room here. Harness was kind of messy, and I want to double check all like the vacuum lines and make sure everything's secured. Seat vibes, yo, big W. So I finally, after like 20-30 minutes, probably like 15-20, but it feels really long when you're working on a Z, but finally got all the bolts and connectors attached to the alternator. It's going good. She should be running soon. Yo, so the past 2 days I've been working on bleeding the slave cylinder, the clutch, and I've just been making like no progress. Literally like 2 full days of trying to get the clutch to work on the Z. Ooh, look at this, look at the sky real quick though. Damn. Yo, is that? Yo, I swear that's God right there. Yo, God. So yeah, I bought parts from somebody in the Z community, and then yo, the Z community is awesome, by the way. I've had a lot of cars, as you guys know, Skylines, S15s, Hondas, stuff like that, but the Z community for some reason is the nicest community I've encountered. Like, they're the ones that are willing to help you the most and like give you advice or sell you parts and stuff. So big shout out to the Z community. So I told this guy my issue. Alright, it's pretty sketch. I have nowhere to put this camera, it's so big, so I'm gonna just film the road as I talk the rest. Anyways, I asked for advice for bleeding the clutch, and apparently it's a huge Z issue thing. There's a stupid hardline pipe that I'll show you guys later. But yeah, he's lending me a vacuum pump so I can manually like vacuum all the air to the line, because the air just wasn't stopping when I was trying to bleed it. So I'm off to his place, pick up this pump, and also he's got a twin turbo Z, and he was like, if you want to go for a ride, we can too. So I was like, hell yeah, it's gonna be good motivation. I can feel some twins, and it'll be good motivation to finish up the Z. So yeah. By the way, the Altezza needs some love too. It's a pretty sketch, but it's got like a wheel imbalance, so the steering wheel and the shift knob are shaking while I'm at highway speeds. And my plan is to finish up the Z and then put the Altezza into the garage and do some more maintenance slash mods to this thing. So you guys can expect some Altezza videos coming up shortly after the Z. Like, look at this. Do you guys see that wheel? Like, dude, it's so sketchy. But yeah, help you out. They look nice and yellow. Yeah, this was the right deal, so I bought it. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is what I was having troubles with. Oh, okay. Yeah. So is that the? It's attached to the clutch. It's like it goes. This goes to the reservoir. It goes to like a junction box. There's an outlet that goes to the master cylinder, and then the other one goes to the slave cylinder. Oh, so is that meant for bleeding? Yeah, it was like, I don't know. Honestly, I couldn't tell you. Okay. But all the Z clutch bleeding videos I've seen, they said start here because it's the highest point. Yep, absolutely. And then get all the air out, then work at the slave after that. Okay, does the slave have its own nipple on it? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's nice. Nice and torquey. Yeah, oh yeah, big time. Summer nights for sure. Yeah, they're cool right now. Focuses focus on the glass really good. That's not what I'm trying to look at, bruh. Come on. Gotta be this manual inside though. Yeah, this camera's got some good zoom though, I must admit. I'm like really far away from these cars, but it looks like I'm right there, so. Random camera facts.